Coming up, the latest on efforts to cap the cost of insulin.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Federal legislation known as the Affordable Insulin Now Act would cap the monthly cost of insulin for insured patients, and it would save Kentuckians hundreds, if not more, a month. Now, Kentucky passed a bill last year that caps costs at $30 a month, but that only covers Kentuckians with state insurance plans. New tonight, diabetes patients are sharing their stories with Chad Hedrick.
It's part of Lisa Smith's daily routine, checking her blood sugar throughout the day. She's one of 8.4 million Americans who rely on insulin to manage her diabetes.
I think one of the more challenging things about living with type 1 diabetes is that you never get a day off from it. There's no vacation.
Lisa was diagnosed with diabetes when she was 12. It's been a costly part of her life for more than 35 years.
You can pay a lot of money out of pocket every month to ensure that your prescription costs are lower, or you can pay less money out of pocket every month, but then your prescription costs are higher.
Legislation moving through D.C. would cap insulin costs at $35 a month. It's a stark contrast to hundreds of dollars some pay.
This is worth $200 out of my pocket, and that's a lot for just a little insulin pen.
Arlene Hudnall is a retired Kentucky teacher. She didn't qualify under the capped rates by the state and sometimes has to stretch out her insulin.
I hate to say it, but I have to ration how much insulin I take outside what the doctor prescribes for me.
Well, I mean, it's in many cases the difference between life and death.
Ben Chandler is the CEO of Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky. The group advocates for affordable health care for Kentuckians, especially in areas of the state where options are scarce and costs are high.
There are health issues in Eastern Kentucky, which I think we're all familiar with, but diabetes is one of the chief ones. So anything that can be done to lower the cost of these insulin drugs.
It's heartbreaking and it's problematic, and if you require insulin to live, you should have affordable access to it, full stop.
Chad Hedrick, WYMT Mountain News.
All the Republican congressmen from Kentucky voted against the measure yesterday. Congressman Hal Rogers says a bill he co-sponsored to reduce insulin costs was blocked. He acknowledges the need for affordable health care, especially in Eastern Kentucky, but says this bill was written to advance socialized medicine. And Andy Barr says he co-sponsored the Lower Costs, More Cures Act, and this legislation would raise other health premiums. The Affordable Insulin Now Act is headed to the Senate. For it to pass, 10 Republican senators would need to vote yes. As COVID cases drop, Baptist Health Corbin is relaxing its visitation rules. The hospital is extending its visitation hours along with the number of visitors allowed in. 2 visitors are allowed to visit per patient. Hospital leaders say they will continue to take steps to keep patients healthy. Everyone will continue to be screened for COVID before entering the hospital.
Well, no April Fool's joke here. You're going to need to make sure the plants are in good order as we head into tonight, especially if you planted early, because we've got, I know, frost and freeze alerts out there on this April the 1st. No, it's not a joke. Freeze warning in effect for almost everybody this evening, with the only exceptions being our folks into portions other than, of course, our Cumberland Valley counties under the frost advisory. They'll see temperatures a little bit milder. The only counties not under this, Lawrence and Kentucky, are West Virginia and Southwest Virginia counties. However, doesn't mean it's not going to get cold, just doesn't mean we've quite hit the beginning of the growing season there yet. So we haven't quite hit the frost and freeze warning criteria. Either way, it's going to be a chilly night. It's already a chilly night. We're going to continue to see that as we head into the overnight. Mid-30s out there at UVA-wise right now. Downtown Whitesburg, quiet this Friday evening. Into the middle and upper 30s already, and it is a very chilly one out there as we see temperatures, some of us already in the low 30s. Irvin and Monticello already below freezing right now, 30 degrees apiece. Others Still near 40 at this hour. All clear. That's what's going to help us drop those temperatures tonight. We're into the low 30s under mostly clear skies as we run through the night tonight. I will have the very latest on when a few more showers could try to work in for the weekend coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. Court documents we obtained say an East Tennessee man with Harlan County ties was arrested Thursday as part of an FBI investigation involving a scheme where government officials in Egypt were bribed. The indictment alleges 46-year-old Hunter Hopson paid bribes to Egyptian officials for $143 million in coal contracts with Al Nasser Company, a state-owned and state-controlled Egyptian coal company between 2016 and 2020. Hopson is also the CEO of Inmet Mining, which owns the D29 Darby Fork mine in Harlan County, where coal miner James Brown died in March. Now, Hopson faces multiple charges involving bribery, money laundering, and fraud. Mountain Comprehensive Care Center hosted its annual conference today, bringing professionals together to learn new information and share ideas. The 21st conference, organized by the Healing Program, focused on workshops about Marcy's Law, adverse childhood experiences, and human trafficking. Organizers say it was about bringing all of the local behavioral health and community-based service workers together to learn and grow.
Because there is a lot of folks here from DCBS, there's a lot of educators here, there's a lot of human service workers, case managers, therapists, and peer support, a lot of different agencies, and they provide a wraparound service in the community, and we all collaborate together to provide services for victims in need.
The event offered information on available programs and allowed everyone to get on the same page, workshopping and networking. The Rising Center in Hazard hosted an open house today. The event kicked off Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month. The center wanted to show the community what they have to offer. The open house also kick-started the first of many events they have planned for April.
Kentucky's average compared to the national average is higher. And so our goal for our counties is to continue to try to prevent that, whether it's doing education in the community or helping survivors as well.
Director Jasmine Wilson says they had 35 people come out and participate in the open house. Another social media challenge to warn you about tonight. If you pull up the TikTok app and type in Orbee challenge, thousands of videos pop up. The viral videos are now getting the attention of law enforcement. People are using Orbee guns to shoot random strangers with Orbees. Police say this is scary because some guns being used look just like the real thing. Bob Baffert loses in court again. Today, Kentucky Court of Appeals Judge Allison Jones rejected Baffert's request for an emergency stay of his 90-day license suspension, which is set to begin on Monday. Court rules on the matter say in order for the Court of Appeals to find an emergency, there must be an underlying finding that Baffert would suffer irreparable injury before the matter can be heard in due course. Judge Thomas Wingate's order in Franklin Circuit Court said Baffert failed to do that. He's already moved potential Derby horses to other trainers, and now he'll have to disband his California stable. Retailers are reporting a shortage in pocket change again. A group of trade associations has asked the U.S. Treasury Department to encourage Americans to put their coins back into circulation. This is not the first time during the pandemic the issue of low coin circulation has come up. In July 2020, the feds created the U.S. Coin Task Force to help with the problem, which was fueled by concerns over the spread of COVID-19. That helped for a while, but now consumers appear to be rationing their pennies, nickels, and dimes all over again. A satellite built by students and faculty at Morehead State University will head to space later this spring. The satellite is called Lunar Ice Cube. It passed environmental testing last summer. It was then delivered to NASA's Kennedy Space Center to be installed as a secondary payload on the Artemis 1 mission. The satellite will orbit and investigate the moon. Its mission will last 18 months. After serving the London community from their food truck last year, Little Taste of Jamaica held a grand opening today for its storefront, offering customers the opportunity to add some spice to their lunch break. Ruche McClimate co-owner of the business is originally from Jamaica but moved to the area in 2017. He and his wife Destiny wanted to offer the London community an opportunity to learn more about McClymont's culture and cuisine.
So we just want to stay successful in business. We did really good with the food truck, able to expand. The people love it. They just wanted us to be here, so we finally got a storefront. And it's been great so far. We just have to do the right thing, always do good customer service, always communicate with our people, good food, good quality.
Destiny McClymont, the other co-owner of Little Taste of Jamaica, says they have several plans for the future, hopefully opening more storefronts across the state if their recent endeavor continues to be a success. The University of Pikeville is adding a brand new program with new leadership. UPike is adding its first ever men's wrestling program, and at the helm is head coach Travis Malo. Malo has been recruiting since being named head coach in early 2022 and already has 2 commits in the gym preparing for the next season, Gavin Hunt and Chris Stiltner. We spoke to Malo about his outlook and excitement about the upcoming season.
We're going to be a young team, so I'm hoping to get some experience in. You know, we got Gavin having some college experience, and I'm hoping to get some other kids that have had some previous experience as well. But for the most part, we're going to be young, so the more matches, the better for us.
Malo says if a prospective student is interested in joining the wrestling team, to email Travis Malo, that's M-A-L-L-O, at upike.edu. Today, an April Fool's Day joke from the Virginia Attorney General came at the expense of Kentucky. Jason Mayar is tweeting that Kentucky's break from Virginia was null and void. Evidence found at the Virginia Historical Society showing the 1792 vote to approve Kentucky's statehood lacked a quorum, and then what Virginia claimed it would rightfully take back. Now, Virginia would claim the Kentucky Derby, mint juleps, 11 NCAA basketball championships won by UK and Louisville, bluegrass music, and the famed Kentucky Bourbon Trail shall become the Virginia Bourbon Trail, and KFC would need to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe with Virginia's governor. Well, Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron did not get fooled by his Virginia counterpart's claim. He quickly replied, quote, "We'll see you in court." Still to come on Mountain News at 11, another Eastern Kentuckian is turning heads on national television with his voice, and he has the backing of his hometown.
Make that 10 national championships, because I don't remember who won 2013. As we continue through the weekend, we may see some showers, but looking nice. I'll break down our chances next.